This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
Handling multiple compliance cases can often feel like navigating a complex labyrinth. Ethico introduces simplicity and intelligence into this chaos with our custom workflow automation. By automatically routing cases based on your unique criteria, we turn the maze into a clear path forward. Envision a compliance process that's not just effective, but also intuitive and adaptable to your needs. It's time to redefine efficiency in your workplace. Embark on this journey of transformation at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, 2023, The Year in Compliance, to discover a world of seamless compliance management.
Today's compliance tip of the day is using KPIs to innovate in your compliance program. Obviously, measuring the effectiveness of your compliance program will be one of the key criteria going forward. One mechanism to do it is through KPIs, which are a critical component in showing compliance program success or failure. If you have been working toward your stated goal and for reported success. And while specific requirements for this kind of reporting have been hotly debated in the industry, KPIs are a regulatory requirement. Your KPIs are going to be specific and unique to your company and what business it conducts as it moves along. Couple this with the goals you're trying to achieve as a compliance program, and you'll see there is no set list of metrics. How can you think about KPIs? There are several steps you need to take to pursue this approach. The first thing to agree is on the way to use KPIs and then the blueprint going forward. You should apply KPIs to as wide a swath of your compliance program as possible, literally to all employees across the globe, including utilizing your code of conduct policies and procedures. Standardizations of measurement are key throughout the process. It is important not only to achieve consistency, but also due to the upfront development costs. After you set them, then you should think about a rating system, which would go something along the lines of the following. Number one, the issue is not fully mitigated by your internal controls, or there are inconsistencies in the process that make them susceptible to breakdown. Number two, your compliance program and processes and controls are in place to mitigate and are consistently operating. Number three, this is best practices where your compliance program and processes themselves have achieved best practice criteria. Finally, number four, where your compliance program has matured beyond best practices. KPIs provide another mechanism for you to monitor and update your compliance program almost on an ongoing basis. They can be low in cost and therefore something you can put in place without a lot of cost or even approvals from higher ups in the budgetary process. Finally, innovation can come out of this in many ways. Obviously, ComTech is a huge step forward, but innovation can occur, and KPIs can be a mechanism for you going forward. As I mentioned in the opening of this new podcast series, Compliance Tip of the Day, we are sponsored this month by Ethico. Are you struggling to close cases? Well, Ethico is here for you. Take advantage of their innovative approach to empathic issue intake, streamlined case management, and enterprise-wide disclosures. Learn more about how you can crowdsource risk management at scale at ethico.com/CPN. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.